How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Dice of the Round Table. I'm Bishop of the Grove, and today I'll be painting Black Dwarf from the tabletop miniatures game Marvel Crisis Protocol. If you like this video today, thumb up, share, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any future content. All paints used in this video I'll leave in the description. We're going to start off here with priming the miniature white. The reason for this is because I'm using the contrast colors from the Citadel miniatures line. What these contrast colors do is allow most of the pigment from the white primer on the miniature to show through the color transition that you're using to give it a natural overall shade and highlight. For the skin here, I've decided I'm going to use contrast Snakebite leather. With him being more brownish color on his skin, I felt like this would be a good starting point. For the pants here, I've decided to use Citadel's Contrast Black Templar. This black will give it a nice gradient for me to later give highlights to the raised areas, as you'll see later. For his leather belts around his body and his arm guard, I've decided to use Contrast Wyldwood. This Contrast Wyldwood is a bit darker than his skin tone, which will allow for a nice gradient when I add highlights later. For the armor plating on his chest, back, and bracer, I'm using Citadel Ironbreaker. Though it's a little difficult to see in the video, for the base coat of his axe, I'm using P3's Blighted Gold. To highlight the skin, I'll be using a semi-heavy dry brush of Citadel's XV88. I'm highlighting the pants now with Citadel's Kavenblight Dinge, focusing mainly on the upper areas that would be seen from the top down, as well as any wrinkles in the pants to give it a bit of a highlight. I'm now giving all the armor areas a Citadel Nuln oil wash just to give a little bit of contrast so you can see the details. With a bit of exposed bone and scales around his arms, midsection, and hands, I'm using Raykarth flesh just to kind of help them stand out a bit. There are gems on his upper torso armor as well as his belt buckle that are kind of reddish purple. For this, I'm using P3's Murderous Magenta. For the highlights on his axe, I used Citadel's Shining Gold, an older version of a color that they now have, which is Auric Armor Gold. I'll just be focusing on the edges as well as any sharp bits on the blade. To give his leather work a bit of a highlight, I'm using P3's Bloodstone Brown, focusing mainly on the center line of the belt straps to kind of give it a little bit more of a vibrant color. To highlight the armor pieces, I'm using P3's Quicksilver, focusing mainly on the tips and the most upper part to give it a little bit of a shine. Now that gems on the belt buckle and armor have dried, I'm highlighting them with a 50-50 mix of the previous Murderous Magenta and Pure White, focusing mainly on the raised areas. Now that Black Dwarf is pretty much finished, the only thing left to do is the basing. The colors I use for the basing are Menoth White base, Celestra Gray, and edging the rim with Abaddon Black. After all three of those colors are added, and then I give a Nuln oil wash over the entire base to kind of make it look like rubble. One final detail I forgot to mention. The cobblestone is the Menoth White, Celestra Gray is the concrete, and for this manhole cover, I'm going back to Blighted Gold. And I'm going to say with that, this bad boy is done. If you enjoyed watching the video, like I said before, please like, subscribe, and share so you don't miss out on any further content. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and comments down in the comment box.